Hi, magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. My name is Jules from the Transformation Team. And right now, we are going to start our new lesson for today from the Life Detox series, which is How to Overcome Pride. So, how to overcome pride. This series is all about the life detox. The world we are facing today is full of struggle. A struggle between the heart and the mind that often leads to negative effects in our lives, both spiritually and physically. This struggles not just for the economically challenged, but in all walks of life, student or professionals alike. Why is the Life Detox series important? Because it deals with emotions that, if left unchecked, it will affect our welfare. It is important to tell God about our issues in life because toxic emotions affect our loved ones, the people around us, and more importantly, it affects our testimony and our walk with the Lord. Our emotions are barometers. It reflects and measures the health of our spiritual lives. Spiritual and emotional maturity goes hand in hand. Emotional maturity reflects our relationship with God. We can see this by our decision making. If we are emotionally and spiritually matured, our decisions will be based on what is right and not based just on our feelings. So, eto po yung kahalagahan ng series na ito. Why are we learning about Life Detox series? Because it gradually will affect our lives if we are not to check it in our everyday struggle with life. Okay po? So, for our warm-up question for today, what do you think is the most dangerous toxic reality in life? Among anger, among anxieties, and all the toxic reality that affects our emotions, what do you think is the most dangerous toxic reality in life? So, sabi niya dito, what is pride? Why is the sin of pride so deadly? So ito po yung pag-aaralan ho natin, mga sirs and madams sa series ho na ito. So what is pride? Pride is all about self. Self-glory, self-importance, self-will. It is the sin of the heart. So ito po yung sinasabi ho niya. Pride is a heart attitude expressed in an unhealthy, exaggerated attention to self and an elevated view of one's abilities, accomplishments, position, or possessions. Pride has been called the cancer of the soul, the beginning of all sin, and sin in its final form. Pride in its sinful form is the direct opposite of humility. It is excessively self-focused and self-elevating. It is viewed as a great sin and rebellion against God. So pride is considered as the most dangerous among the toxic realities in life. So, ito po yung pag-aaralan ho natin ngayon. Ano po ba yung mga dapat ho nating tignan and what can we learn from our lesson for today? Signs of pride, haughty. It is arrogant superiority, disdain or disrespect for others. It is acting like you're better than others. Hot-tempered and contentious or you're easily angered. Ano ka, parang Incredible Hulk. Ganon. Not seeker of God. Do not carry God in their thoughts, but rather thoughts of themselves only. Nako, delikado na ho ito. Curse with their tongues and are deceptive. They are not only deceptive, but also easily deceived. They are being deceived by themselves. Nadideceive nila ang sarili nila. So how can this happen? So they carry addictions. Different forms of addiction are a result of pride. Worrying constantly instead of casting it to God and trusting Him. And boastfulness. I, me, mine. Ito lang yung nag-exist sa buhay po niya. Siya lang at siya lang at siya lang. Wala na pong ibang tao, wala na pong ibang involved kundi siya lang. Siya ang magaling, siya ang malakas, siya ang marunong, siya ang mayaman, siya ang bida sa usapan. So, ito po yung signs of pride. Ang sabi ho ni C.S. Lewis, pride is the complete anti-God state of mind. It is the great sin that leads to all other sins because pride is the exaltation of self above all authority, even God's authority. So does it sound familiar po? Pride is the complete anti-God state of mind. Yung feeling mo hindi mo na kailangan ng Diyos. Feeling mo lahat ng meron sa'yo, lahat ng nangyari sa'yo ay dahil sa kagagawan mo at walang involvement, walang tulong na nanggaling sa iba kundi sarili mong kakayahan, sarili mong katalinuhan, sarili mong diskarte. Okay? So yun po ang sinasabing the deadliest sin nowadays of pride. If you look around you, sa mga nakikita nyo sa TV, sa mga drama, ano po yung nakikita nyong pinaka-constant? Mga bida, di ba? Versus mga kontrabida. Sa una, aping-api ang bida natin, di ba? Ano po ba yung mga nakikita ho nating characteristic ng mga kontrabida? Hindi ba't pride? Okay po? So for our scripture reading for today, let us go to Luke chapter 18 verses 9 to 14. So we are reading from the easy to read version, and it says there are some people who thought they were very good and looked down on everyone else. Jesus used this story to teach them. One time there was a Pharisee and a tax collector. One day they both went to the temple to pray. The Pharisee stood alone, away from the tax collector. When the Pharisee prayed, he said, "O God, I thank you that I am not as bad as other people. I am not like men who steal, cheat, or commit adultery. I thank you that I am better than this tax collector. I fast twice a week, and I give tenth of everything I get." Wow. The tax collector stood alone too, but when he prayed, he would not even look up to heaven. He felt very humble before God. He said, "O God, have mercy on me. I am a sinner." I tell you, when this man finished his prayer and went home, he was right with God. But the Pharisee, who felt that he was better than others, was not right with God. People who make themselves important will be made humble, but those who make themselves humble will be made important. That is from Luke chapter 18 verses 9 to 14. So in here, makikita po natin ang dalawang klase ng nagpray sa loob ng temple. Ang isa ay ang Pharisee at ang isa ay ang tax collector. Okay, so tignan ho natin kung ano po yung nilalaman ng mga prayers po nila. Sabi ni Pharisee, "I thank you that I am not as bad as the other people. I am not like men who steal, cheat, or commit adultery. I thank you that I am better. I am better than this tax collector. I thank you that I am better and I fast twice a week and I get tenth of everything I get." Oh, he compared himself with the tax collector. So makikita ho natin dito, the Pharisee shows self-righteousness in his prayer to God. This is considered as the most dangerous kind of pride. The Pharisee compared himself with others, quickly judged or criticized others, but failed to see his own failure. People full of pride compare themselves to other people. They are quick to judge others and look highly upon themselves. Kung titignan naman po natin yung tax collector, ang sabi niya lang po dito, "O God, have mercy on me. I am a sinner." While the tax collector would not even look up to heaven, which shows being humble before God, he instead admitted that he is a sinner and asked God for God's forgiveness. Humble people learn to see their own sinfulness. They don't focus on others. So sometimes in life, mayroong mga pagkakataon na we compare other people. We might be on the state na we compare ourselves to other people, or unknowingly, unconsciously, we do these things. So kung titignan ho natin, it is not good to compare because it is also considered as one of the characteristics of pride, which is self-righteousness. I-compare ho natin dun sa sinasabi ho ng tax collector. Hindi ho siya tumingin sa kung sino man. He did not compare himself. He did not do anything or boast anything na anong ginagawa niya. Hindi niya sinabi na meron akong ganito, I have like this, I do that. But all he said is, "Oh God, have mercy on me. I am a sinner." Jesus asked his disciples who among the two had been justified. Based on the scripture, it was the tax collector who had been justified and made right with God. This clearly shows that the humble will experience salvation while the proud will not experience it, because the first step in becoming right with God is humility. Humility. Ano nga ba yung humility? So makikita ko natin sa mga susunod mo na slides. So what the parable teaches us, pride leads to self-deception. The Pharisee was self-righteous and believed his own goodness was enough to make him acceptable to God. Naniniwala siya na dahil sa kanyang self-righteousness, he believed na God will favor him against the tax collector. So he was deceived. Akala niya, dahil sa sinabi niya kay Lord lahat ng ginagawa niya, the favor of God will be upon him. Pero hindi ho ganun ang nangyari. Another one that this parable teaches us is humility leads to God's mercy. The tax collector acknowledged his sinfulness and asked God for mercy. And in return, God justifies those who are humble. Jesus said that the tax collector went home justified before God. Pride leads to self-deception and spiritual blindness. True humility helps us to see ourselves as we really are in God's eyes, and it inclines us to seek God's help and mercy. God dwells with the humble of heart who recognize their own sinfulness and who acknowledge God's mercy and saving grace. So, as we read the Bible, those stories that we read from the Bible, what is the most common characteristics of those people being used by God, like David, like Samson, all of the famous characters that we used to read in the Bible? Their most common characteristic is when they humble themselves before God and God answers them. In 1 Peter chapter 5 verses 5 to 6, sabi niya ho dito, "You should all have a humble attitude in dealing with each other. God is against the proud, but He is kind to the humble. So be humble under God's powerful hand. Then He will lift you up when the right time comes." O, di ba? Humble attitude. How many times na binanggit ho niya yung be humble under God's powerful hand? Humility is realizing we are dependent to God. It is realizing who God is. When we humble ourselves before God, it means that we acknowledge that without God we are nothing. We acknowledge that everything that we have, it is by God's grace who has given us kung anong meron ho tayo. It is not by our own strength. It is not by our own power. It is not by our own intelligence that we acquire these things. But we acknowledge in humility that God has given us and trusted unto us all of these things. Being humble is not demeaning. Hindi siya nakakababa ng pagkatao or thinking poorly of ourselves. It is not thinking less of ourselves, but it is thinking about ourselves less and others more. Hindi ho natin ibinababa yung sarili ho natin. Hindi ho siya nakakababa o nakakatapak, di ba? Being humble is acknowledging that God is in control of everything. We acknowledge ourselves as the weak, and we acknowledge God as our Lord and the one who directs us. Humility is not just being thankful, but also recognizing that all we are, all that we have, and all our accomplishments are from God. It is our surrender to God's will, a total dependence on God, not questioning or complaining, because we know that God knows what is best for us. Do we believe that? That God knows what is best for us? We only see the now. We only see the past, but we cannot see the future. It is only God who knows our future. And it is more likely, mas maganda na i-entrust ho natin sa Diyos ang future po natin because He is the only one who knows our future. In life, it is possible that you can memorize the Bible. You can know so much about the truth and about the grace of God. But in your heart, hambog ka pa rin. You are not humble. You become like the Pharisee. Your intelligence become your pride. So why is it so dangerous? Because you may not know pride is already in you. When we talk about pride, ano po ba yung mga stories na alam ko natin na because of pride, it became their own downfall? Many people are not aware of the bad choices they made because of pride. They fail to recognize pride in their hearts. That is why we need to be very careful in examining our hearts. So let us take into consideration our illustration for today, which is the Nokia and BlackBerry phones. I am sure some of the watchers, some of the listeners today, hindi nyo na ho naabutan ang BlackBerry or yung Nokia na keypad version. Most of you already saw the cell phone without keyboard. Okay po. So during those times, sikat na sikat ang BlackBerry, sikat na sikat ang Nokia keypad phones. So dumating sa time na nandun sila sa rurok. They're at the top highlights of their sales, of their income, and then someone suggested na what if we remove the keypads and instead have a larger screen. Pero hindi ho sila nakinig. Sabi nila, ay hindi mangyayari yan, napaka-imposible yan. Napaka-imposible na matatanggal ang keypads. Paano magta-type ang mga tao? So they laugh at the idea. They believe that their product will still last for a long generation. And then came Apple. And then came Samsung na walang keypad. Dito na ho nagtapos ang Nokia and BlackBerry cellphones na may keypad. It's because of their pride that they made the wrong decisions in life. It is because of pride that they did not listen. They do not like to be corrected. They don't like to be given advice because they believe in themselves. Paniwalang paniwala sila. They did not believe their advisors. They did not believe in surveys. They just believe that their product is the best. And this is what happens to them. Now, hindi nyo na ho makikita yung mga yan, original mga phones na dipindot. Kundi ang nakikita nyo na lang ho ngayon is yung mga phones na wala na pong keypads. So, what can we do to avoid the dangers of pride? Number one, admit about our pride issue. We need to ask God for help and forgiveness. All of us, sa ating puso't isipan, hindi man ho natin na isip o kaya hindi natin nasabi or vice versa, there are instances that pride is already in our hearts, pride is already in our minds, pride is already in the way we act and the way we speak. That is why we need to admit our pride issue and ask God to search our hearts every day para hindi ho tayo ma-deceive ng pride. Akala natin okay na tayo kay Lord. Akala natin dahil Christian tayo, nagche-church tayo, hindi na ho tayo babagsak sa mga ganito. Hindi ho tama ho yun. Because at any point in time in our lives, we are the target. Okay, we need to ask God for help and forgiveness. Next, please focus more on God than yourself. Spend time to read and meditate on the Bible. Go to church services where you could focus on God's goodness. Instead of spending more and more time in watching Netflix, watching Korean novelas, bigyan ho natin ng time ang sarili ho natin na magbasa ng Bible. Bigyan natin ng time ang sarili ho natin na mag-attend ng church, makinig ng mga worship songs. I am not saying you are to stop watching Korean novelas. What I am saying is give time also for your spiritual growth, like reading the Bible, going to church, and listening to music. And lastly, sabi niya dito, pray. Prayer is a posture of humility towards God. Ask Him to humble you. Ask Him to search your heart and reveal where you have let pride take over. And ask that He would, through His power, help you destroy the grip of pride in your life. Di ba? Kasi minsan, pag wala ho tayong prayer, lalo na ho pag tayo ay nagdadrive sa kalsada, may biglang bumilis na kotse sa harapan ho natin. Biglang hinabol ho natin. Ba't kaya natin hinabol? Ba't kaya ho tayo nagalit? Is it because mas mabilis yung sa kanya and you want to prove otherwise? Diba? So it is already pride in our hearts that is pushing us na gumawa ng hindi dapat gawin. It blinds our decision making. It blinds our moralities dahil ho sa pride na ito. And then sabi niya ho dito for tips on how to check humility in our daily lives, let us evaluate ourselves. In the marks of humility, sabi niya dito, are you rested in God's sovereignty? Pinapaubayo mo ba sa Diyos lahat? Are you being thankful to God? Are you forgiving others? Are you teachable? Do you have a servant heart? Are you judgmental? Have you surrendered your rights to the Lord? Are you focused on God's glory? As we meditate upon these 8 questions, let us always search our hearts if there is, in any kind of manner, pride. And let us not pride grow in our lives because it will affect us, it will destroy us, it will cripple us. Okay po. So, admit about your pride issue, ask God for help, focus more on God than yourself, and then lastly, pray. So, how to overcome pride? Ito po yung kasagutan. So, thank you so much mga sirs and madams for watching. We hope that you have learned a lesson. Sana po ay may natutunan po kayo sa lesson ho natin for today, which is how to overcome pride. Maraming salamat nga po sa pakikinig ho ninyo. Thank you so much and see you once again sa susunod ho na lesson po natin. God bless po.